Yo, what is going on YouTube? Radar 25 here, back with another video. Today it's the 3 takeaways from Monday Night Raw from March 2nd. It's me, Radar 25. Got my co-host Mike here. Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself again.
What up, Marks?
There you go. He just shit on all you guys. So we're going to get right into this video. But before we do, I want to remind you guys to hit that like button on the video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys aren't missing any of the recaps that we're doing of all the shows during the week. Today's Monday Night Raw. We got the Wednesday shows. We'll split those up in 2. And then we have Friday show and we have Chamber this weekend. So we're going to drop all that upcoming. So just remember to hit those buttons. And we're going to get right into this. Our 3 takeaways from Monday Night Raw from March 2nd. All right, guys. So the show opened with Brock Lesnar's music hitting. They're in Brooklyn. So it was a hot crowd because he usually normally is when they're over here on the East Coast, especially the Northeast. So he comes out, Brock with Lesnar.
Brock with Heyman.
Brock with Heyman.
Come on, guy. Brock came out with Lesnar. Doesn't make any sense.
All right. Fuck
Brock
up
with Heyman.
That's the fuck up number 1 of the
That's
episode.
all right. It's all right. Just don't make it a thing, guy.
So we got Heyman with Lesnar, obviously. He's cutting the promo in the ring. This is going to be takeaway number 1 of the show because of the build towards their Mania main event match. So he's basically just saying that, McIntyre is a fraud because of the way he eliminated Lesnar, and he has no shot of beating him at Mania. He eliminated Lesnar at the Rumble. We all know Lesnar dominated. He was number 1. He eliminated the first 13 guys in the ring. He's in there with Ricochet and McIntyre. Ricochet gets the payback, kicks Lesnar in the nuts, and then the Claymore kick sends Lesnar over the top rope and eliminates
and Paul
him.
was pushing that as a reason and making it sound like
exactly, yeah,
truly deserve it.
Yeah, like you ain't got shit. You can't beat Lesnar in a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, McIntyre's gonna answer the call because he's the badass baby face right now. So he comes out and answers the call, hits Lesnar really super quick with a Claymore, knocks him down, leaves. As Brock's coming back up the ramp, here comes another Claymore kick, and after he Claymores on the second time, he picks up the belt and kind of shows it to the crowd. And then he tosses it back on top of Lesnar. And then the crowd is chanting one more time. And as they normally do with fucking everything, they always chant one more time. It could be chair shots to the face. They don't care. It's one more time for everything. And then obviously McIntyre's setting up for the one more time. And he hits him again. 3 Claymore
kicks. Of course,
kicks
Brock gets up. Brock has to get up for that third one.
Brock has to get up. I love the sell job by Brock.
Brock can sell his ass off,
I'm going to say right now, Brock is the best salesman I've ever seen in the ring just because – of his stature, his size, and how he's able to get those wobbly legs, and especially when he's the best nut shot taker I've ever seen in my life. Because when he gets hit in the nuts, he gets the craziest big purple face,
and his facials are so the purple face. He you could feel that at the pain, and he's just so good. And he's a physical freak. He's this once a lifetime athlete, power, speed, everything. And when he sells it, you feel someone really kicked this monster's ass.
Exactly. Yeah.
He can sell that, make it look real.
Look at the way he sold the Claymore kick at the Rumble, because as soon as that foot touched his face, he was flying over that top rope.
Yeah, no,
which is a credit to his athleticism, just because he's able to just seamlessly fly out the ring like that, but also his timing and his selling because of the way he's able to sell that. Actually, because sometimes motherfucker will get hit by a move and get eliminated afterwards. It looks stupid because it depends on the move too. But you'll get hit with a super kick or something like that, and you'll take steps back and then fly over the top rope. It looks like stage.
It looks like stage. Yeah, but the way he does it, it's always so smooth. It's he's the best, like you said, the best seller in the business.
It's like the best I've ever seen, just because of the way he is, the size and everything like that.
And usually like all the dudes always the best seller are usually smaller guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, that size guys, AJ Styles,
Ziggler,
Finn Balor,
like that
size. But Brock is so big and so huge that most of the time why is he selling? Because most guys are as big as him.
He's got that wobbly leg shit he does.
It's so good.
It's good, yeah.
So good.
So he did the wobbly legs, got up, I hit third time with the Claymore, and then that was the wrap for that. So obviously, I don't know if this is foreshadowing because there's always that law in at least WWE that the guy who stands tall leading into the main event, into the pay-per-view, loses that pay-per-view match. That tends to be the case, right? So now Lesnar's never there, really. So there's, a month till Mania. There's 3 more Raws, I believe, until Mania. Mm-hmm. So is he going to show up? He might show up the week of Mania, that Raw, and maybe get his comeuppance and get his payback. And then that means, Lesnar will lose at Mania. But it really – you really can't tell right now because McIntyre is the guy. He is the guy without a shadow of a doubt. He's the guy. And to me, I believe he deserves it, and he deserves to be champion. And I think he deserves to be at least one of the major faces of WWE, if not the main face of WWE.
That's why, like, I agree with what you're saying. So I think that going into like the Mania match, I think it's going to be one of those matches where Drew's going to just dominate. Drew's going to take out the monster, take out the beast, and pretty much bury him. And
well, if he does that shit, is it the end of Lesnar then at that point?
I mean, you can maybe Lesnar can go away for a year. Like, Lesnar doesn't have to be around anyway. He only shows up every couple of weeks or months anyway. So if you take him out, you destroy him, the beast is done. The beast has been conquered by, and it's believable because Drew is as big, if not bigger, than Brock.
Yeah.
So it's definitely believable. I think it's going to go in there. It's not going to be a competitive match. I think it's going to be just a squash.
But you don't think something like fucking when Lesnar demolished Cena at SummerSlam where he gave him all
like that style.
You think he's going to be like some shit like that?
I think like that. And then
Jesus
they're just going to bury Brock, and then Brock can sit for a year and a half, whatever, 18 months, and then come back and do something special. But I think it's time to just move on from Brock.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I think
Drew could be the guy.
I think at this fucking point, it's better if Brock to be like a Triple H and a Undertaker where he just wrestles either just a big show, meaning WrestleMania, or a couple big shows a year. Because at this point, him always being champion, he's always champion pretty much going into Mania. And
every year. I can't remember the last time he wasn't champion going to Mania.
Yeah, so it's kind of rough at this point. For him to be champion every single year is getting kind of repetitive. Obviously, he's the most fucking legit guy there is right now because he will literally destroy pretty much anybody because he's that legit. He's a real life bad motherfucker.
He's the
most believable
champion.
Yeah, he's the most believable champion. He's the most believable guy they have. So I understand why they keep putting the strap on him.
And think about the push and like how the rocket ship is going to happen for Drew. If he goes in there and whips his ass and just squashes the match, he's that more elevated. He's that more believable of a champion. I just think it makes way too much sense to get that next stud, a guy that the fans actually are behind, unlike Roman, who, just it's 50-50 or, if that.
Depends on the town, basically.
Depends on the town, basically. But Drew can go in there, whip his ass at Mania, squash that dude, bury Brock. I mean, he's golden from there on.
Yeah, but I think like I said, I think McIntyre could be the face of the company, or at least one or two faces of the company, because he obviously has the look, but he also has the passion. He also has the drive. And when I hear he does his promos, he has a lot of conviction in them, and you believe whatever he's saying is what he believes because of the way he comes off on his promos.
Believe. Agree. Totally agree with that.
But that was that when it comes to Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. So the next thing in the show is also takeaway number 2 of the night. The Street Profits versus Rollins and Murphy. Rollins, obviously, the Monday Night Messiah. They say it 30 times a night. Shit's insane.
Messiah.
I'm pretty fucking sure they copyrighted the shit already, so that's probably why they're throwing it out there. I do like, though, on his
It's such a Vince word. Like, Vince wants to get it over. It's a Messiah, damn it. Get it over.
But you have to add the Monday night before it. You could just say the Messiah.
No.
Because it sounds annoying as shit when it's Monday Night Messiah. And they can't just say Messiah. They have to say the whole entire phrase. So they copyrighted it. It's a Vince thing. But I do like on his Tron when he comes out, it's a big stained glass picture of him. That's cool.
That is very cool.
I like the jacket, the glove, all that stuff. That stuff is cool. It's a cool look. But takeaway from this is Street Profits getting a match right now, but the stipulation is if they lose, they never challenge for the Raw Tag Title.
Yeah.
Seems like there's not enough behind it for that to make sense or for that to have that much anything behind it. Exactly.
Let's be honest. I mean, we like the Street Profits. They're cool, but they've been hype men since they've been up. They haven't even been in that many matches.
Their first month was just them in the back hyping up the night or hyping up.
They hyped the Royal Rumble before the Rumble started. They were the hype men. It was like
so. I mean, I know they've jumped in with that whole feud between Rollins and his crew and with Joe and Viking Raiders and Kevin Owens. So I know they jumped in a little bit, but still, it doesn't seem like it should be at this point where all of a sudden they have a now or never match where they have to win the titles.
I feel like that was just thrown in like an hour before Raw started.
And they knew that Brooklyn being a hot crowd, that Profits were going to be super over there. So obviously the first 2 things they gave them what they wanted, the crowd, because McIntyre destroys Lesnar, and then this match, which was a fun match, a lot of good spots in the match. They had Authors of Pain at the ramp the entire time watching it go down. Then they came down and got booted out of the match, which was whatever's.
Because they didn't even do anything.
They just walked down. They were like, get the fuck out of here. So
and what's funny, because Revolution on Saturday in the main event, they got thrown out
They threw out, part of the
they're
inner circle. Yeah. So they did the same
playing off that
similar thing. So they did that fun match, but what was it? Montez Ford got to really show his shit in this match, right?
He was a star. He got all his shit in. He was flying all over the place. The crowd was out for him.
There was a point where Angelo Dawkins was outside the ring for a while, and it was just Montez Ford in there.
100%.
The guy gets so much fucking hang time. It's insane. He gets high up there. He's a hell of an athlete.
He's fun to watch.
The only thing, my problem with his is that I think he needs to wear like some elbow pads, some wrist tape, and his tights seem like another like down the seam or in the middle or in the back, like another logo, because it seems very plain.
I mean, but they're still like, and they've only been up for a few months. I mean,
but you saw the reaction they got when they came in with the red Solo cups. And So it felt. If they were super over, so they.
Where did everybody get those red Solo cups in the crowd? That's the real question. They handing those out.
I think they just hand them out. Like as you walk in, the guy in the front is just giving air.
Hey guys, any beer in those things? Just straight empty.
Yeah, everybody has an empty Solo cup in there.
I guess I'm playing beer pong.
They're having the match, and then Kevin Owens comes in, sneaks in, hits Rollins with the stunner. Obviously, they will have a one-on-one at Mania. You could obviously tell that's going to happen. Yeah. Joe keeps getting hurt, and then he got suspended. So I'm not really sure what his role, if they're going to do a tag with Murphy and Rollins versus Joe and Owens, but right now it looks like it's going to be a one-on-one match between those two guys. Sure. Mania most likely. So he hits him with the stunner. They win the match of Street Profits. Place goes nuts, goes banana. It's crazy.
Good crowd.
Hot crowd. I mean, it usually always is in Brooklyn.
It's New York, Jersey, smart crowd. Yeah. They know their stuff. It's all like, guys in their mid-20s.
They celebrated in the crowd afterwards, and very, very over. But like again, it didn't have much meaning behind it. The now or never thing, because it didn't seem like they've been going after these titles for years or 6, 7, 8 months,
or even like a month or whatever.
I think they only had one title shot against Rollins and Murphy, and that was at last Thursday at Super Showdown.
So
and then a few days, less than a week later, they have a match. So if you lose, you never get titles. You never get title
rushed.
Again.
So
that doesn't make any sense. But now Street Profits, Raw Tag Team Champs, good for them. They get a rematch. Rollins and Murphy do get a rematch at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. So that's 3 matches in a little over a week between the same teams.
And you figure they'll come around.
The now or never should have been Sunday. Then had them lose Monday, and then Sunday it's like, the third shot you're getting the titles, you lose, you never get this challenge. At least as long as we have the titles, you never get the challenge again. You know what I'm saying?
That makes more
ever again, but as long as we have the titles, that makes a little more sense.
And it makes the match on Sunday just more special.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's just a rematch, and Street Profits are probably going to win, and Owens is going to screw this guy over again, most likely. Yeah. So it's all set up for them at Mania.
That felt rushed. That felt like a little loop in their story hole,
exactly.
Which WWE's been doing a lot over the last few years. They just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like you just do everything right before the show starts.
Yeah, exactly. They're switching everything up. Fuck it. Let's jump the gun on this and have this happen. That's it. Yeah.
It didn't feel as good.
But again, it was a good fun match. So at least they had that, and the crowd was super into.
Street Profits are over. They're over.
Big time.
Can't get wrong.
Next match: Ricochet, Riddick Moss. This makes no sense. Ricochet loses clean to Riddick Moss. This was for the 24/7 championship, right? So he loses clean after getting demolished and not getting one offensive movement against Lesnar on this past Thursday at Super Showdown. And now he loses this match. Makes no sense.
Is there any rumor that you heard that he did something to somebody, or is he like, what's going on? I mean, he was in a championship match on Thursday, got obliterated.
Clean. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to get too much into this because this is one of our takeaways of the night. But Riddick Moss, he's got a good look. He looks really generic though. Like his look is generic with his gear.
Ricochet,
but he's a really good athlete and all that. But Ricochet, to me, seems like a guy who should be getting way more than this. Right now, it looks like he's an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal guy.
Yeah, no, that's
right now, that's what it looks like, right? That's what that should look like.
And like not even to win it, like just like he'll do a spot, and fly out of the ring,
some cool shit, and that's it. Yeah. But again, I don't want to get too much into this, but it makes no sense that he loses clean to Riddick Moss in a 24/7 title match, a gimmick comedy title. And then after getting I understand why he got demolished by Lesnar.
Yeah,
maybe he could have got at least one move in, like how the smaller guys have been in his matches.
Like when Brian, Finn last year,
Ryan, they get the little opening and they start the little flurry in there, and then
he didn't get shit. He didn't get shit.
He loses the match. Don't know why. Next match, AJ Styles and Aleister Black. I was super excited about this match, but then what ends up happening is that Styles changes it to the toughest guy in the business today, Carl Anderson, coming in.
Well, remember, it was in the contract that he signed.
I didn't know they signed contract. I didn't know they signed contracts for every single match they do.
Supposedly we saw it all. I was like, did I miss that? Was that the showdown somewhere? Like it was on Twitter, and no idea what that was about.
So Anderson does first part of the match. Then Gallows gets in the match, And so there's basically 2 matches before, and then all of a sudden here comes the beatdown, and AJ jumps in to start the match. So it's basically just AJ tearing down a weak, beaten Aleister Black, and he obviously gets the win, but he pins him like Undertaker, crossing the arms over the top on him.
Tongue out.
It's shits right now. This thing with Aleister Black's a placeholder until Taker shows back up on TV to hype more of the Mania match they're obviously gonna have.
I mean, it's disappointing because going in, you thought they were gonna have a hell of a match.
I was really excited about this match, but it just didn't end up happening.
And they're just like, meh.
But now they have it's them at the Chamber, so most likely Taker comes out at Chamber and does something to screw AJ Styles out of the match, something like that. But
but this was like just it was a weak. This was weak.
It was just there.
And like when you're watching 3 hours of Raw, and like that's just at the cusp where it's starting to get a bit tiring. It's like there's still an hour and 20 minutes left after it. You're just like, come on, I wanted more than that.
Exactly.
Like it's a slug to watch Raw sometimes. It really is.
So then from that match, they went to Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan as the ref.
Yep.
I like a lot what Liv Morgan is doing now after she made a comeback and switched up her character a bit. Yeah. But, this match, it was what it was. Ruby Riott gets into it with Sarah Logan, so Sarah Logan does a fast count and Liv Morgan gets the win. But they're just setting up the Chamber because, Liv Morgan actually ended up getting kneed in the face by Sarah Logan after the match. So it's just more set up to Chamber for the women's match. We all know Shayna Baszler probably most likely is going to win.
She's obviously the favorite. I mean, it's basically in the bag for her unless they do some crazy thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just play on the Riott squad. They have history, all 3 of them. Ruby Riott's back.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was it was kind of a filler again. They have 3 hours to fill.
Yeah, it's just fucking set up for the Chamber. That's all.
Yeah, it's all it was.
So then we had Kairi Sane versus aforementioned Shayna Baszler,
which is another one where we were excited.
It was supposed to be Asuka, and then they switched it to Kairi Sane, right?
Well, so Asuka has had an wrist injury,
but they advertised that match and then they changed it up last year.
I was excited for it because two girls that lay their shit in.
Yeah, Baszler won and she dominated the entire match. Obviously, they got to build her as to be the person that's going to take down Becky.
And Becky with the outfit, boy, she
came out with a kind of like an out there outfit, something different than normally you'll see her in.
Crown on top.
Yeah, so it was kind of heel. It came out kind of heel, the look and stuff like that. So maybe they're doing they'll do a double swap, or even though to me Baszler, you can't see her as a babyface. She has that look and that demeanor where she's a bad guy.
She's like Brock, where it's like it doesn't make any sense to have them their look is just not a babyface look at all. Exactly, they just look mean, bad, and like you don't want to see them in an alleyway somewhere for sure. So
Baszler got the win, setting up, Chamber, and then we all know it's gonna be Baszler Lynch at Mania for the title. So that was it. Yep. Next match was Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo versus Angel Garza and Andrade, obviously draped with Zelina Vega. Yeah. This has been going on for a while. Andrade's back from his suspension, and there's been like flip flop between these. Angel Garza and his cousin Humberto have had beef. Obviously, they've all 4 of you guys have beef. All 4 tremendous in-ring performers. I kind of wish it was a little bit more of a lucha style match because everybody in here is, kind of a luchador. I kind of wish they would have just did a little bit more lucha spots, but it was a fun match and it was well done. Rey and Humberto get the win, and where they go from here, I don't really know. These guys are probably going to all have a Mania match, or if not, Memorial Battle Royal Andre.
I mean, I like there isn't a belt on the line. There's most likely not going to be a belt on the line.
He has the United States belt, Andrade, but I don't know who he's going to defend it against. Like,
but all 4,
maybe they do a fatal 4-way. I can see that going down.
Yeah, but like they're all tag team partners. It doesn't.
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I'm still holding out hope for an LWO situation. They come out with that, but
are you though?
At this point, I was kind of excited. I mean, it's cool to see the more Latino representation and like a group or some shit like that. Sure, that'd be pretty cool, yeah.
But I don't know if we need the LWO back. Maybe call it something else, but not the LWO.
That'd be funny.
All we need.
All right, so after that,
Russo.
After that, we get into the final segment of the night, and it's takeaway number 3 of our night for us, and it's the Randy Orton Beth Phoenix promo. So Beth Phoenix comes out to address what happened. Randy comes out and basically just watching her talk, but then interrupts. Now, Randy's promo here, I really liked it. He showed a lot of emotion and conviction in his promo. Now, normally, Randy promos, he talks slow, he stops a lot and keeps going. This was straight through, running through the whole thing as to why he did it with Edge. His reason as to why I thought it was kind of weird and like odd to pick, right? Because he's like, oh, you're an enabler, you enable Edge because he's a junkie for the crowd reaction, and I did what I did just so you could have a husband, still have a husband, and your children can have their father. Like, made no sense. Like I'm gonna, because he knew like some up and coming guy was gonna end his career, so it's like I'll end his career beforehand, like by giving him a concerto. You know, he's at least he's still alive. You know, I didn't kill him, but now he can never wrestle again. You know what I'm saying?
I just destroyed him he has been out for 2 months, and it's like. Doesn't make any sense. It's what? It's just what are you talking about? Like that's the best thing you come up with.
Yeah.
Like I get they were trying to pull the heartstrings and be like, oh my God, he's talking shit to his wife and about his kids. And then
I want to jump into Beth Phoenix acting job because it wasn't. I think she was trying to get some tears out, but she couldn't get them out.
Yeah, I feel like
she can't make it in the face. Like
she
was gonna start crying.
It was
stuff like
kind
that.
of weak. It felt like soap opera acting at that point.
It was weak. Yeah, and then like I like Beth Phoenix because she does a really good job at the commentator table for NXT and stuff like that. And obviously her past wrestling stuff.
Well, she's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Famer and all that stuff. So it's bad. It sucks, but you know, she couldn't get the tears out. It looked like she was trying, but she just couldn't get it out.
Yeah, just
so.
And her facials were kind of off and weak and,
you know, I think she was just trying to get that tear out and she just couldn't. Seem like, but you know, Edge is advertised for next week's Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Not advertised, but I think they said I read that he is supposed to come back, so it's after Chamber, and he'll make his comeback and you know get his revenge and set up that Mania match. Probably have a stipulation to it, most likely, maybe a chair match or some shit like that. Or
this whole storyline has that recycled feel from Triple H and Randy Orton when they went to Stephanie and he was kissing Stephanie when he had him handcuffed.
And
then that crazy fight in that random house that
staged house that they did, and that girl screaming that was supposedly his wife, right?
I mean, it could have been his wife. I don't remember.
His ex-wife or some shit like that.
Wikipedia that
it's
shit.
Obviously not the wife he has now because I've seen the wife he has now, so it's not the same person.
Yes,
it could be his ex-wife or if he was married previously.
Cool,
but you're right. It does remind me of. I mean, not to say that it's bad because I kind of like that angle because it was something different. And they're going back to it a little bit now.
It feels like that's where they're recycling that kind of storyline in this.
Yes, because obviously you say that because it was some dastardly shit on the part of Randy Orton. He's baiting her, like she slaps him because he says that he loves Edge and her daughter more than she does. So she slaps him.
And he told a nice little story about when he was still,
with his dad and stuff like that.
20 years ago, whatever it was.
That was a good thing. Like I said, I really liked the promo because it was free flowing and it went straight through. There wasn't a lot of stopping in between. But then so he mouths that she's calling her a bitch. And then she goes for the kick, which obviously Randy wasn't going to sell, and then RKO's her. And then that's the way the show goes out because the RKO's are and then all those people come out.
But like all those guys that like either
random as shit,
Edge.
right? Yeah.
No, but like it wasn't random, but like they had
they all boys, Edge's boys, right? Because we know Rey Mysterio,
Hurricane was out there,
Hawkins and Ryder,
obviously
old former Edge heads.
Yeah,
and Natty was there for Beth Phoenix, obviously. So
that was like. Yeah, at least it wasn't random.
Even though she's taken worse than RKO, most likely.
No, yeah.
Like she was in a men's Royal Rumble, right? She was in one.
So it's like,
but she sold the shit out of the RKO, like if her neck was broken, it seemed like. But
like if they would have done a concerto on her, it probably would have been like more like
exactly, Because like maybe it's taking it too far nowadays. You know, maybe they probably
but like, and then they have the announcers there. Byron Saxton call it. He is a son of a bitch,
right?
And it's like, and they're all somber and
vanilla
sad.
Ass, bland. Byron Saxton, like he's always like super positive and campy, and he calls him son of a bitch. They're really trying to put over how bad it was.
Yeah,
I mean, overall, I thought it was a solid segment. Like I like Randy's work on the mic in this segment, and I'm excited for the Edge return and the match set up for Mania.
Yeah, it should be good. I mean, just to see Edge back. I mean, Edge back at the Rumble was amazing, and then know he's gonna have another match, and maybe and he signed the multi-year contract. You know, he's gonna make more.
I think he's gonna be like a big show guy. Yeah, show up for the.
Like a SummerSlam guy, Survivor Series, Rumble guy, which is great. You always like to have those special matches for those special events. And it's Edge, man. Radar superstar.
Exactly. Yeah, we were there when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and so it's cool to see him back and healthy and stuff like that.
Especially when you thought you'd never see him wrestle again.
Yep.
So and even on his weak little neck,
exactly.
The podcast.
So that was Monday Night Raw. Halfway decent episode from March 2nd. Now we're gonna jump into a new segment that we're gonna do on here on these videos, and it is called That Shit Sucked. So We're gonna try to find something that sucked ass on every single show that we do, okay? You know,
because we're kind of positive sometimes. I feel
we don't like to shit on it too much because a lot of people, motherfuckers out there, just shitting on everything that WWE.
We don't want to be just like
not like AEW. Nobody shits on AEW really, you know, unless you're
because it's the indie trolls.
Well, I'm saying unless you're a hardcore WWE mark, then you'll shit on AEW. Like people say, like, oh, another WWE guy being champion in AEW, which is a stupid remark, stupid comment to make. But we don't like to shit on too much.
Just enjoy it.
We like to enjoy it and not shit on it too much. We like to get in depth with stuff and maybe analyze a little bit, but not shit on everything. Okay, but this thing, we just got there's going to be one thing a night most likely that we're going to have to shit on, and tonight,
especially on 3 Hours of Raw.
Yeah, tonight we're going to have to shit on the Eric Rowan spot in the back where we got No Way Jose with his rosebuds because he just got recycled.
Why are they bringing that back? That wasn't cool then, and then you're gonna ruin it now with this. Thing,
they're just like, and he was halfway decent in NXT.
Yeah, we liked him.
They stuck him with the Adam Rose gimmick. Now it's pointless and useless. He asked Eric Rowan, "What the fuck is in the cage?" Because that shit's he's been walking around with it for months. You know, ever since he kind of broke off with Daniel Bryan, he's been rocking that stupid ass cage cover. Everybody's trying to find out what it is, and to this point, it's gotten to the point either you drop it or you just reveal it. And at this point, they should have just fucking dropped it because when he pulled out of that cage was some fake ass animatronic massive ass spider. All that for just some dumb shit like that.
And like they run off. It's like it was just like he's like playing with it. It looks fake as shit. It looks fake.
Like, and when he turned the thing and showed its face a little bit, I was like, that shit is so fucking fake. Some animatronic team was like,
like what are we doing? What are we doing? It's embarrassing. Yeah. It's like I get secondhand embarrassment looking at this shit.
Yeah. So if I was there, like if I'm watching with my wife, I'll be embarrassed her seeing that shit.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? Like, why'd you fucking marry me? Look at the fuck I'm watching right now.
This shit I'm watching. So again, that shit sucked. So that shit was bad.
It's like, hey, we got the Fiend's little, Firefly Funhouse thing going on with those puppets. But
that's part of the gimmick. But he doesn't have a fucking gimmick, so he just walked around with a cage.
Like, what is his gimmick? What is his gimmick? So he's just a weird guy with a cage.
What the fuck is the point of having a spider in there to begin with? Is he gonna be a spider gimmick after this? Like, what the fuck is he gonna use it? Like, is that his snake now? That's Jake St. Roberts. Like, is he gonna use it and throw it on people? It's fake.
Fake fucking spider that you could just crush. I mean,
I think it's big as shit if it was real.
It is, but I mean, if it was real, it'd be fucking sick. I don't think a spider's that big. Yeah, but
I mean, unless we're mistaken, that shit is real, but it looked fake as fuck.
Nah, ain't no grown man gonna
carry that big ass thing like that.
That thing is disgusting. That guy's balls. Huge balls.
I don't even think there's a species of spider that's actually that big and looks like that. I'm not sure.
I mean, I've seen big spiders, but like never that hairy and that huge. Like that's just
that shit was ridiculous. But
like again, it's either a comedy spot. I don't know. That can't be like
terrible. I don't know. I think they just ran. I don't think, to tell you the truth, I don't think they had in mind what was going to be in there until recently. They were like, oh, let's come up with the spider. So the prop guys, make me a spider that moves and we'll put it in there and that'll be it. I think Vince is probably in the back like, either he's laughing his ass off when he unveils this shit because of how bad it is.
He's like, they're gonna love this.
They're shitting all over it.
No, but this is one of Bruce Pritchard's, on the What Happened When podcast where he says they're in a meeting. Somebody just says something, and Vince is like,
"I love it.
Let's fucking do it." Yeah. Like, that feels like
they were like getting to the point probably where like they're in a meeting and they're like, "What are we gonna do with Eric Rowan's gimmick? Like with his cage thing? What's it gonna be?" And somebody's like, "Oh, why not just be a massive spider?" And he's like, "What? I love it. Let's go with it."
No.
Prop guys, and they come up with something this weekend, and boom, Monday there's that.
And maybe they'll make it look better as they go along, or maybe they'll change what's in the box every week is something different. I don't know, but at the end of the day, that gimmick is just another failed experiment for poor Eric Rowan, man.
Poor guy, man.
Poor guy gets the shits.
All that size and they can't do anything with him.
Size, speed, power, it's just he's got nothing going for himself right now.
So that's the newest segment we got on here called That Shit Sucked. We'll try to find something with AEW and NXT. It's going to be a little tougher because of the two better shows.
And they're 2 hours and they're solid.
2 hours and they're faster, yeah. So we'll try to find something with that. If it's something small we'll shit on it because that's the new segment. This shit sucked. So that's the video for today. Our 3 takeaways from Monday Night Raw from March 2nd. I'm Rated R25. This is my brother Michael.
Later, Marks.
No nickname, no cool name. It's just Mike or Michael. I call him Michael. If you guys want to call him Mike, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. But I do call him a fucking asshole every once in a while. So
we'll do that. Fuck you. This camera right here. All right. It's coming.
Supposedly the camera's coming, so you won't get this shitty. You won't get the shitty ass view that he's got on.
I still look good no matter what you say. my side does like shit. You got the cool lighting and the fucking Thanos glove in the back and the fucking lightsabers and shit.
You won't, and my WrestleFest arcade machine, you won't ever get on this level, but maybe you'll get somewhere near with at least a better quality video. We'll try to bring that to you guys. But again, we're at 25, and Mike, we're out. Catch you guys later. And look, remember, if it doesn't work for you, brother, don't do the job. We're out.